It's another week of Ball and Buckets. It's your boy Dub.
This is your guy Flacco.
D314.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was. Sorry.
Just like
I was tired.
Wrong podcast. I'm sorry.
If you like the ratchet shit,
subscribe to Country Cousins, where you talk about a lot more ratchet shit. We curse, we say the N-word.
talking about coming fast and not even feeling bad about it.
The N-word is new. We're here to talk about the NBA season wrap-up. First and foremost, I don't think we've talked since you guys lost your Raptors bet to me.
But guess who won the MVP one?
You did. So we washed. Giannis took home the MVP. Was that shocking? Was it close? Did you look at the voting?
I did look at the voting.
It wasn't close. It
was 74 to
22.
Yeah. That's not the one I have an issue with, sir.
In first place or total?
First place.
God.
Right. That's crazy to me.
To me, I feel like that's a regular. I feel like they moved it to the playoffs to try to see how people start the playoffs. The voting. They keep saying that, we stopped voting before the playoffs start. But if Giannis doesn't have that run in the playoffs, does he get those same votes?
Nope.
Well, then, if that's the case, because Harden is known for not showing up for the playoffs, to me, he should have lost votes then.
Right. That's what
he said. You guys just said the same thing, just a different way.
With a different player.
Yeah.
Y'all got the same answer, the same point.
Well, he got to my answer.
Right.
Second.
With a different
God damn, Bill Gates stealing people ideas.
I'm into the internet.
Al Gore invented the internet. So, all right, let's run through the awards. Oh, well, I was right on another front.
I know Luka.
Rookie of the Year.
Was that what? Okay.
Both of you guys was right.
But say, what did we really prove? We knew that. He was just being difficult.
Right.
No, he really wanted Treyway to get it.
Can we talk about how badly he didn't get it then?
Who, Treyway?
Yeah, let's talk about how badly he didn't get it. Would you like the numbers, sir?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
The first place votes for Treyway. For Rookie of the Year, this is damn near fucking funny. He got 2.
Out of
100. Guess how many? I thought this was kind of disrespectful because I think you should have taken one of Trey's votes away and given it to the boy from Phoenix.
Ayton.
Because he got 0.
He deserves none.
Phoenix, terrible team.
Right.
I can give him 1 if Trey got 2. He's like, I can take 1 from Trey. Give it to him.
Trey ran the team.
Right.
You're going to always give a nod to someone who has the ball in their hand more.
When we were talking about the numbers for the MVP, Beautiful Mind here, we were pretty close as far as what that voting was because MVP votes. Giannis.
Loading.
I know, right? Giannis had 78 out of 101. PG had 0, which I was a little surprised.
I wouldn't.
Harden had 23.
So PG came on like mid-season.
Yeah.
But then got hurt. And that's what hurt him.
What hurt him also was Russ averaging another triple-double.
True. But that really didn't even move the meter of the team because they pretty much the same team from last year.
Right.
With Hoodie Melo. Shout out to the God, Melo.
Wait, did Melo get caught up yesterday?
Hey, I thought it was from... Oh, I thought the shit was old.
I thought that was old, too.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, so I didn't have my chance to do no research on that.
No recon. We're not going to talk about it because black men don't cheat.
Right.
But what other awards we got?
Tell me this.
Did Gobert deserve Defensive Player of the Year?
I think that was just a throwaway this year. Because honestly, your boy should have swept that. If he got MVP, he should have been Defensive Player of the Year also.
Giannis?
Well,
the Gobert won it for the second time in a row. And then he's the first person since Kawhi to do it back-to-back years. So he's won 2 in a row. First time since Kawhi did it in, 14, 15, and 15 to 16? Whatever it is. But is that an award where like you're the big guy, you're the center, right? So they are coming to you. What do you really have to do? Protect the rim. Okay. Like, I respect that, but they are coming to you. I kind of feel like the people who, like, for real guard people are more, like,
wings
deserving of the award. Like, you're really working.
I mean, but most of the defensive player of the year has probably been big men.
Historically.
The Ben Wallaces of the world.
But we keep on saying
Dwight
this, so
Howard.
the NBA's changing, so that's going to change too. So, like, how many big men would you say that are rim protectors? You got him, Gobert. Who's another one that you say, like, okay, he protects the rim?
Willie Cauley-Stein.
Free agent Willie Cauley-Stein.
Right.
Who else?
Young Trill, Willie Cauley-Stein.
You think Noel's a decent rim protector? Joel?
Aiden.
Okay. What about Joel?
Yeah, he averaged like
Embiid?
2-3 bucks a game.
So why was he not in there?
Anthony Davis? No one said that. AD. So, but again, my defensive player of the year, came out in two. Paul George and Giannis.
Which they were in there, they just didn't.
I would have gave it to PG. I don't think PG deserved MVP nods. I think it was a slow year for MVP.
Okay.
Well,
it was a two-man race, which is what they showed in the vote.
Right.
Yeah. Defensive player of the year breakdown of numbers. So Rudy won with 65 first place votes out of 100. Paul George had 6. And Giannis had 26.
Yeah. I mean, again, it was one of those, what do you value?
True. I guess the only award that okay.
And Giannis ain't no great defender.
He's a great help defender.
Right, let's be honest.
So, Steph.
Right. That's fair.
Can you guys...
But this is crazy that Giannis lead the team in blocks, steals, rebounds.
How amazing is it? You have a 12-foot wingspan.
And he led the team in every major category.
You have a 12-foot wingspan. I expect you to do this.
Hey, it's a gift from God. We don't question God, do we?
No, but
All the time.
This is something I'm going to question now. How could you have two teammates up for the same award?
6-man?
Yes. How? How, Sway?
It was
Eric Gordon and...
No.
Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell.
Yes.
That's dumb as hell.
Because D Rose got hurt.
Right.
But, okay.
It was a slow year for the 6-man.
It doesn't, like, you just, even statistically, someone should have been like, hey, we should put Montrezl, they're on the same team. Fuck, we shouldn't.
I mean, because you got to think about it. Jamal Crawford was in the league this year because he would have been in the running.
He's on Phoenix.
I mean, if he
didn't play that much.
Right.
Who was the other person? I don't even remember.
Sabonis from the Pacers.
That's a good pick.
Right. He was solid.
But again, that was the D Rose spot. If D Rose doesn't get hurt, that's the 3.
So
D Rose, please don't sign with my Lakers.
Lou had 96 out of 100. First place.
deserved-
Yeah.
Look,
No one's going to question it.
They should rename that shit to the Lou Williams Award.
Or
Jamal
the Jamal Crawford.
Right.
Because they both got 3 times. But here's the crazy thing.
But he's the first person since... There's only 3 people who won it back-to-back years. Delta Shrimp. Shit, who's the other 2?
Jamal Crawford.
He didn't win it back-to-back.
Oh.
He's won it 3 times, but he didn't do it back-to-back.
Okay.
Because he probably switched teams.
True.
Right. So here's the crazy thing, right?
And started for a little bit.
And Gilbert Arenas said it on his podcast. He was like, it's crazy that Lou Williams is not a starter because he's been the best talent on his team for the last 4 years. Easy.
I think him being a 6-man is perfect for him because Lou Williams doesn't really like to play defense. He's not an exceptional passer. Let him go out there and cook for his time. Like, let him do his thing.
How many players in the league that really don't play defense?
I understand that, but
he
like,
can play help defense. He can play lanes.
I think he's in the perfect spot for him.
He's James Harden without
The
the
flash.
back.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you letting Patrick Beverly start over this man?
Hey, that man's
That's
ugly.
a
He needs
team
something.
need, though. It's team need. Like if Lou Williams was on Sacramento or Memphis. If Lou Williams on Memphis, he's starting.
Right.
Right?
Don't turn it on.
Montrezl Harrell had a good year, but again, I think that was just a D Rose cop out.
Right.
Because D Rose started the year as the front runner, especially after that 50 piece.
Benny P.
That won the best What was just basketball?
House of Highlights Award.
Right.
Kevin McHale, Ricky Pierce are the other ones I was trying to think of. Who
Ricky
won?
Pierce?
Yeah.
Wow, I ain't heard that name either.
You know what's crazy? D Rose is loved in the basketball community.
Yeah,
Like
his peers.
He's like loved, like not even just his peers, but people in the basketball community. Period, love D Rose.
Fitting. He was drafted number 1 11 years ago. Today.
That's heavy. And I was like, what the hell they doing? Like, I was like, this kid ain't really do nothing in college. I ain't know of D Rose.
You didn't know about the... You didn't watch college basketball.
Shit, Memphis was in Conference USA, so I kept up with him some. But for me, it was more so, who was he on the team with? The dude with 3 names.
He had a couple.
Douglas McRoberts or something like that.
Michael Douglas Roberts.
Right. It was him. It was Joey Dorsey. Right.
The big man.
There was a Ben Wallace. And then Carney, number 25.
Rodney Carney.
He was supposed to be the big deal. He was supposed to be the big deal. Right?
I guess I was just always
Carney was 6'8".
D Rose fan.
He was supposed to be like a Rudy Gay type player. So they was projecting him to be the big deal. But D Rose just came in out of nowhere.
I guess I always heard about him being next door.
Right. Chicago.
Yeah, like he was he
Simeon.
in here for the tournament?
Might have been.
Like I saw him in high school, and he was fucking amazing.
They had D Rose voted as on the USA Today all high school team of all time.
Oh yeah, I mean he filled Benji shoes.
Yep.
He went to Simeon after Benji died,
And he even
Right.
wore his number.
but they went to state championship like every year.
And I seen a highlight of him warming up in high school, bruh.
Bunnies.
That was ridiculous.
Bunnies. He was explosive. Still is. He changed his body though. Like I don't
Yeah.
think people noticing that. Like he slimmed down.
Right. But he don't dunk no more unless he's wide open.
Do you blame him?
I get it. He got enough highlights out there though.
How many times we jump for rebounds at our age?
How many times you jump for
I'll
rebounds?
never jump for a rebound.
He don't. I get all boards. I can.
I
What-
box everybody out.
What did you think about the most approved? That was one I had an issue with as well. Not
Sock'em? What's his name?
well. Okay, I'm not.
That's why I said voting happens after the playoffs start.
So Sock'em, I guess my issue with him is like I get that you won, you proved it. Your points per game went up 10. Your 3-point percentage went up. Everything went up slightly.
Shit, D Rose went up off the charts.
But like you were the third option on the team during the regular season. You were the third option.
Not even.
So like yeah, you had a chance to sleep and creep in there. I think that Russell, like, you went from the Lakers, they dropped you because they needed cap space. You went to shit team, the Nets,
Oh.
and then you became an all-star.
But he had numbers.
Yeah, no, they didn't drop him because they needed cap space. Let's be clear.
They dropped him because he was a snitch.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you also got rid of everyone who's in that situation.
When this year, they just got rid of everyone.
It was him and Nick Young, that was it.
But still,
just
though.
that situation.
Yeah.
But it was still the chemistry, though. Like, he fucked up the chemistry of the team. Like, LeBron, look at Lakers this year. They couldn't get right up the trade deadline, right? Then they just blew up their team. Only person who was safe was Kuzma.
Right.
But
Chemistry is really big in these
no,
team
and,
sports, B.
and I get that, but like even with the voting, then if you want to say that Pascal, like I'm not mad at that, but I just think I think the voting could have been a little bit closer because of the first place numbers that D'Lo got was only 12 compared to Siakam's 86.
Right. Like,
I just maybe
But he had
D'Lo.
that much of a landslide.
Yeah, it wasn't that much of a landslide.
shit, D-Lo, what? He averaged what this year?
22.
20. I don't think he averaged that many. But
He was an all-star.
Okay. He's in the East also.
So
The
Pascal.
easiest point guard heavy.
Right. But is he really a point guard or just a guard?
What
Guard heavy. I mean, they ain't
you
even
made the
drafting
all-star
guard no
team?
more.
Okay, so no, I'm just saying, like, he still put up like 16, 17 the previous year, so the jump is not that big statistically.
But
I was looking at it for more of an impact on your team.
yeah, because
Okay.
he was.
That's when I was calling it early, right?
Right. So what they need to do is go back to the old format where the awards was during the playoffs, not after the playoffs. Not
It was given The first week of the
Right.
playoff.
It's given to. It's a regular season award.
What is the?
If they want to give, that's why they give regular season MVP and Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Well, I think Siakam got it because no Toronto player got any other award this season.
Did they just
Kawhi was not in the top for MVP.
Ooh, I'm ready for this.
What?
I do. You know what award gets me that I think he should at least been nominated.
Kawhi?
Besides that, is the
No.
What's
That was
that?
the
What-
question.
no the African their GM. He wasn't up for executive of the year. Like you made a good gamble. You bet it all. You traded DeRozan to get Kawhi, saying I'm gonna roll with this, and you weren't even. But hang on. But that was a risk. That was a gamble, right? You won a champion. Because if we're also arguing that, like, hey, they're not really voting until the playoffs, okay, you made the finals.
Can
They went from Eastern Conference Finals to championship.
Right.
That wasn't
I was about to
that
make
big
a
of
rebuttal.
gamble.
Like they had a great team last year. They had a great winning record. They didn't fall off.
Wasn't they number one last year?
Something like that. And they didn't
In
fall,
the East.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Something like that. I believe so. But they didn't fall off. You see what I'm saying? It was no fall off.
You fired the coach of the year.
It wasn't a fall off though. So you got the same team but upgraded at one position. You had a way better player. No
Right.
fall
I don't
off.
think they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, were they?
Yeah, I believe so.
First Cleveland?
No, it was Boston because Boston almost made it. Remember?
Right, it was Boston. So
They lost.
They got
Semis.
destroyed by Cleveland. Got swept.
right, semis.
Mental midgets.
But wasn't they number one?
That's
Record in the season. I'm
Right.
saying.
So when the season started, no one said Milwaukee is going to be the best team in the league, have the best record in the league.
But you weren't surprised how good they were, though.
Yes,
Fuck
you
yeah.
were.
Fuck yes, you were.
I wasn't.
Who can you name on Milwaukee that's like, oh, that's really killing it other than Giannis?
Brogdon.
No.
Free agent.
Chris Middleton.
Free agent.
And they threw away money.
Who else? Who else? Go ahead and name their fourth person.
Bledsoe. He re-signed for a silly amount.
Go-
Brooks Lopez.
Free agent.
Right.
You're not a great GM and you about to lose your whole team.
Ooh.
I didn't say. I'm talking about Toronto's GM.
But didn't the Bucks win?
The Bucks GM won.
Right.
I didn't think he should. The Bucks won MVP, Executive of the Year, and the Coach of the Year. You tell me y'all had a goddamn
He
clean
definitely
sweep?
should have won Coach of the Year.
Right.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that Mike Malone did more with less.
Mike Malone where?
Denver.
Denver.
Fuck no.
Denver has a shit ton of talent.
Bro, next year, you got Michael Porter coming back. Well, coming, right? Imagine this. Michael Porter, what, 6'10"?
Yeah.
Fucking unathletic ass center. What's his name?
Jokic.
You got a killer,
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
You got Barton. You got
Oh, Harris. Gary Harris.
Gary Harris Jr.
Right.
You got all these dudes that's
But you're in the
And you
West.
got Bo
the only person they lose or might lose is Millsap.
and
Fuck 'em.
IT. But IT didn't even play this year, for real.
They need Millsap. Millsap is he's a Al Horford type.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. Replace Millsap, bring in Al Horford.
No.
We're done.
That wouldn't work.
Or New Orleans needs to look at Al Horford.
It could work. Nah, New Orleans need to look at Julius Randle.
I'm just saying Al Horford for the veteran.
And I think Julius Randle just opted out so he can get paid before the other young boys do.
Right. Oh, before Ingram and all that.
But I
Ingram
mean,
and Lonzo.
I guess
Lonzo got 2 more years before you get paid?
Still.
Right.
Opt out now, get your bread.
I still think Mike Malone had to do more or less, and you were in a hard situation being in the
Bro,
West.
no.
You can't say he did more or less if he has the best player in the world.
Who?
Giannis.
That's not Mike Malone. That's Budenholzer who's got him.
Oh.
I said
You
the
can't.
Denver.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say he did more or less if he has a first team all NBA player.
You had the MVP.
That's all you had.
Right. For real.
Chris Middleton's an all-star.
That was his speech. I say Hulu has live sports. So where's Kyrie going?
Ooh.
It looks like Kemba's going to Boston.
I was supposed to answer the Kyrie question, you got to answer everything around it first.
No, I think Kyrie, they keep saying it's Brooklyn or LA, basically.
I think D'Lo's going back to LA.
Which doesn't
Doesn't
make sense
at all. It doesn't. Like, LA,
You'd be better off keeping Lonzo.
LA needs shooters now.
Well, you had to get rid of
D'Lo a
Lonzo.
shooter. but he's not a. You need a.
He's streaky as fuck.
He was the man on the team, so he had to take a lot of probably bad shots.
Okay.
I'm saying it more so of you need a guy that is going to play hard defense.
Lonzo.
And that's only going to worry about catch and shoot. Like D'Lo want to shake up.
Yeah.
So then what guard is out there for them to get?
I don't know. Here's my thing. And maybe these people have never played 2K in their life. I don't load up my team with every star. Like, I'm going to be like, oh, shit, I can get Brogdon. They need my ideal Laker team, free agent-wise, you pick up Malcolm Brogdon at point. So you got Brogdon and Rondo, right? Your two guards, they already announced they're picking up JR.
What?
JR's going there. He's going to get waived and he's going to
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that like a couple of weeks ago?
Of course. JR fan club.
Spirit animal.
So you got JR and Kuz, basically. I play Kuz at the 2. Fuck it. We going big.
God damn.
Then you got LeBron.
God damn.
LeBron, AD, McGee.
You gonna play a 6'8" man at the 2? That's a 4 naturally.
I'm playing his ass at the 2. LeBron at the 3. AD, McGee. That's my starting lineup.
So who's getting the max money? You got 2 max contracts.
I'm splitting it. I'm splitting that all up. I'm
Wait,
not going
break it
after
down.
Kyrie.
Oh, you said that's your... Yes, okay.
I'm not going after Kyrie.
you
I'm
know
not
what?
going after Kemba. I'm not going
I like
after
the- I
Jimmy
like-
Butler.
I like the Brogdon. I've real like... Okay, I like that.
I mean, especially if they, if those rumors are true, if they bring Melo and JR on, that's gonna be shooting off the
Whoa.
Yeah, that was another rumor.
bench. Right.
But look, if you do that off the bench, you got Melo.
Is Melo going to be ready to come off the bench?
They got rid of these young boys of Mo Wagner and all them dudes. But I'll bring KCP back for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do who else did they have on the bench? Come on, Laker Nation.
Oh, who else do we have on the bench? We had Rondo on the bench. We had
The white dude that looked like Ginobili.
the young old dude.
Yeah.
Number 4, who had that...
Like
He had
See-
one dunk.
Yeah,
John Barry, looked like John Barry.
he looked like a Eastern European John Barry.
But I'm keeping him.
I thought he was one of the people that had to cut the contract to get...
No, they basically have 3 players on their roster right now. Just 3. Kuz, AD, and LeBron. That's it. The only 3 players I have.
So this is going to be Miami.
So they just got a room for another max player, right?
So you know what the other big rumor is.
They sent all those players away for like draft picks and cash consideration to create that space.
The banana boat. Chris Paul.
Well, I don't understand the Rockets' line of thinking at all, because now you're trying to shop Clint Capella, PJ, and Eric Gordon
Yeah, I don't get it either.
to get Jimmy Butler.
I don't think they're trying to shop all 3 of those guys.
Do they have to
No.
to make the sign and trade work?
What I'm saying is, I think they're trying to say one of those guys have to leave.
What I was
They
reading,
gotta get 2 of them. They gotta get rid of
you
2.
gotta get 2 of them. But do you think? I mean, the Warriors
Capella
are
being one.
Yeah.
Capella gone
Right.
with his contract.
the Warriors essentially. I mean, you guys have beaten me down to it. Are in shambles, right? So. So, like, do they figure they're going to be better trading for Butler?
I don't know what they think.
So you got Harden wants to dribble, Chris Paul wants to dribble, Butler probably wants to dribble. So how you got Golden State basically in shambles, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is your chance. Run that shit back.
So here's the crazy thing: we know Chris Paul. He can't stay healthy.
True.
That was a bad contract that they gave to Chris Paul.
Horrible contract.
Jimmy Butler doesn't fit because everyone's the same player. Just like with the Sixers.
No.
Just like the Sixers, Jimmy Butler didn't fit with them because
He's
Ben
also,
Simmons
he's also an asshole.
he can't shoot. Embiid needs to play in the post more. You know what I mean? All these players clash.
Tobias Harris is kind of like a poor man's Jimmy Butler.
That's the other guy I'll go for
Yes,
on the Lakers.
because he can catch and
You
shoot.
got excited.
Because I couldn't think of his name.
He's a poor man's Melo.
If you put him out there and move LeBron to 4 and AD, That's a lineup, bro.
Like, he's a poor man's Melo, like Melo in his prime.
We haven't talked about it. And he said he'd talk to them. I think there's at least a puncher's chance that Kawhi could go to the Lakers. Because before he was like, I'm not talking to him. Now he's saying, no, I'll talk.
No,
I think that's for the media.
right.
I think they would like, look, bro, just say you coming here, just so we can keep our shine. We the Lakers. We know you from LA. Don't do us like this. We'll slide you a meal under the table.
Right, like I think
I
Kawhi.
would love to see him as a businessman to be like,
I'll be.
Kawhi.
Did y'all watch that? Wait, real quick. Did y'all watch that Godfather of Black Music thing?
not yet.
No.
I would love to be that shrewd. Because they would say, he would call people and be like, look, you got all this fucked up. Fix it. And hang up the phone.
Who was it about, though?
His name is Clarence Avant. He's the guy behind every guy ever to make it.
He's plugged in that scene, like most definitely. Everyone that made it has dealings with him. Jamie Foxx,
Everybody in entertainment,
right,
and sports.
Let's get back.
But go ahead about who I derailed your Tobias Harris.
right. Like Tobias Harris is like,
Poor man's Melo.
yes, really, like he played just like Melo, but
So doesn't he play defense? A little bit?
He decent.
He's decent, yeah.
Melo was never decent at defense.
He was, but he had a team of defenders around him though.
But I think that's what's driving the Houston Jimmy Butler thing is they too far in the analytics.
Right.
Like at some point you have to understand how players and how they just works.
I do think. Do you think there's some smoke to the fire about Chris Paul and Harden not getting along?
No.
You don't think there's nothing to that?
No. I mean I think it's just a style problem. It was the whole thing of who's gonna have the ball in their hand at the end of the game before they got there. That was the question before he got there.
But the first year there was no issues. Now
He got hurt.
Right.
true.
So
He got hurt. First year he got hurt. Last year he got hurt again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they
How many
didn't
years
win.
is this together?
Ain't this year 3?
Thought this is
No,
your
this was year 2.
Okay, so
first year. They got hurt.
last year hurt. This year they didn't exceed expectations.
Right.
So now it's like, well, this ain't working.
So I think it is some truth to it because Chris Paul is a historically bad teammate.
A diva.
He's a diva, right? He's never had a player. He never played with a player with James Harden
Skill set.
right? So yes, I think there's some truth to it because like Chris Paul is not a good teammate. It looks good for the cameras, like the State Farm shit or whatever the insurance stuff they do. It looks good for the cameras.
But yeah, he's still right there. Turn on.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get in there then.
So it looks good for the camera, not authentic.
Right, it's not authentic. Like it just seems forced. Like if that was that cool, why wasn't he in the commercials prior to that?
So what other
Blake
superstars-
it was Chris Paul and Blake, right?
not in the commercials, just on the teammates. Blake didn't do the commercials.
Right. He did have some teammates. He had like DeAndre Jordan.
He ain't made him dress in drag.
Right.
That's what it was. That's what I was thinking.
And then they had other NBA players, like Dame Lillard was in it and Kevin Love was in it.
Right, they was baby. They did the rap song.
Right.
You liked that, didn't you?
Hey, that song was dope. Dame got bars.
Right.
What? Tell me why Dame is beefing with is it Bagley?
Marvin Bagley.
Oh,
Marvin Bagley?
Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because Marvin Bagley said something about him. So he just dropped his name in the bar.
Right.
And then Bagley came back with a song.
Bagley is your quintessential. I can't even say conscious rapper. He's one of those rappers that just, I want to rap about the sky being blue type shit.
He J. Cole.
Nah, he's slower than that.
You call J. Cole elevator music.
His beats, like he picks them back, like
Up until recently.
up until Middle Child.
Right before that. The one before that. Because he came out with I'm going to make a trap album to prove to y'all that I can rap like y'all. But then the second half, he was regular. What was it called? You the
Hollywood.
J. Cole fan.
Not really. I just think it's funny you think he's elevator music.
He does. Like, I don't like.
It's not my cup of tea.
Right,
Okay.
I don't like Kendrick Lamar music.
Going back to the original question, though, before we got sidetracked, where is Kyrie going to be?
Brooklyn.
He's gonna be United States of America.
Is it
You
flat?
suck.
The
Is,
Earth is.
is KD coming back? Is KD going to resign to stay there or resign just to get the money and get traded? Because you're talking about a difference between 5 years, 220, or 4 years, 164. And he's going to sit out the year anyway. So they almost doing him the solid of, we're going to give you this extra 45, 50 million bump.
Yeah, I don't think he stays. So I guess I go with the lighter one.
Why leave?
It's basically a sign and trade.
Right. Why leave?
Why
Because
leave?
at the end of the day, all these players, all great players, have what?
Ego.
Boom. Thank you. So now
It's this big.
it's like, imagine you're the first human that we really know that doesn't have a neck, right? So that's how big their egos are. Is your head. But seriously, they all have an ego, right? So he heard it. He couldn't win in OKC. Can't win. You can't win. I don't think he really didn't like Russ.
Because Russ be punking his ass in the locker room, I know.
No way. I don't see that happening.
Shit.
I think they like each other. I think it's like a
Brotherly?
right, like a big brother, little brother thing. Like they just can't get along. It's you and Dro. If y'all was on the same team, y'all would clash just because,
Right.
right? And I think Harden, when he was there, was kind of like in the background. So once he was like, "Well, forget it. I'm just gonna leave both of y'all." Boom, he got paid.
He didn't want to leave though.
Right, but they weren't gonna make him a priority, which
Right.
I think what he wanted more than anything. Because he was 6-man, remember?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did he win 6-man a year?
Yep.
Mm-mm.
He did. Put some money on it.
Stat checker.
He
I'm
won-
not betting against this dude for nothing.
He won 6-man of the year.
The year they went to the final.
Right. But then if you remember that in the finals, what they did, they put Harden at the 1 and Royce at the 2.
That wasn't just the finals. That was every end of game situation that they needed.
It was taking Russ off the ball because his decision making. That dude has basketball IQ of Asperger's. He's just uber athletic.
Fuck.
So what's the other? So all the big free agents are gonna fall after KD signs,
You have my fingertips.
after Kyrie signs. Now there's talk of Boogie moving on. It's talk of Kemba to Boston, basically replace Kyrie.
Right.
If Kemba go to Boston, does Scary Terry stay?
Nope.
No, I think he's the one who should be feeling the most disrespected. You guys keep on saying you want these guards, these points. I'm right here. Do you remember we made it to the Eastern Conference final? At least give him a run. Give him a run.
This is the right now league.
Right. It's what
Then right now I'm giving him a run.
This is
it's-
worse than the NFL.
It's what you have done for me lately. Look at IT. Look how quick they got rid of IT as. And that man he left everything on the line.
He dropped 50 on the in the playoffs.
And left everything on the line. His health, he didn't even care. He pulled a KD. Only difference, they're gonna take care of KD. They didn't take care of IT. Denver gave him a sympathy contract, $8 million. Here you go, man.
That was a let me see if you still got it contract.
Right.
He would need to go somewhere that he doesn't have that much talent ahead of him. He need to go to a Memphis or something.
That'd be a great fit because Memphis never had a scorer though. They
Somebody
always,
who could just put the ball in
Right.
the bucket.
Where? Okay, you were talking about your perfect LA team. What about
With
giving
Tobias Harris.
him damn near next to nothing and get Rubio as the point guard? Because he's on the move.
he's already free agent. They already did that.
Yeah, because they got Mike Conley.
Right.
Yeah, so I think Rubio wouldn't be
Who
bad.
they trade for Mike Conley? They traded everybody. They traded 3 players for Mike Conley.
Yeah,
But Rubio's still going to cost.
They traded Jay Crowder.
And 2 other players.
Right, some throwaways.
Right.
They traded contracts.
Oh, Allen, my dude from Duke.
Grayson,
Right.
fuck him.
who should get some burn in Memphis.
Probably.
He going to need buckets, bro.
Rubio is rumored to go to Phoenix.
Oof. That would be heavy.
Especially since Phoenix didn't draft a point guard.
That's gonna be heavy. Cause guess what?
Booker's gonna be like, I'm
They're
ready.
taking Booker off the ball because like Booker was low key trash as a point guard because he was averaging like 3 turnovers a game.
Yeah.
He was doing too much.
Right. But now you got a big man that could dominate the post. Now you got Booker. That's torture. He's Klay Thompson 2.0 because he can at least dribble.
Except shorter. A little
He
shorter.
didn't play defense like that.
He never had the opportunity.
Right. You have to do everything offensively. You have to score, have to bring the rock up, have to facilitate. That's too much action for one player.
And on a young team.
Right.
Like, they didn't get him any
I didn't
help.
hear about the rumors about like, ooh.
And they got Oubre at the 3. So Josh Jackson, whatever the boy name from Kansas,
Okay, yeah.
Josh Jackson.
he's on his way out.
He has to prove himself. He has to be more than just athletic. Because that's what he was when he came in.
So how's he gonna prove himself behind Oubre?
The same way Oubre proved himself. You got to work hard.
I get it. I don't
Oubre was not a
But-
stud in Washington.
right, but he showed that he was a dog though. Like you seen him, Josh
He
hasn't
worked hard.
Josh hasn't shown that.
He'll find it out. Just like Oubre was out of Kansas, right?
Yeah,
He'll see it.
but then because Phoenix gave up a lot of their young talent. The dude that they shipped to Houston, the big man,
Chris.
is it Chris? Yeah, Chris.
But
Right.
he wasn't really working out though.
I get it, but he was still a lottery pick.
He's still 20.
Right.
I mean,
Alex Lynn, they shipped him off. All these lottery picks.
They also didn't know how to draft very well.
they was drafting in the same position.
Yeah.
They were Minnesota when they took
Flynn and Rubio.
Yeah.
Back to
Then
back.
Steph came out right after that.
right, they took him over Steph.
Wow. Just because one game in the Garden, Big East tournament. That's the only reason Flynn got drafted that high.
Yeah. Oh, he did good at the combines.
Hey, I mean, he was IT, but athletic. He had hops.
Yeah.
His last 4 months of his college career made him what
Right.
he's gonna do.
They don't call it March Madness for nothing.
Shout out Future.
Who's the last free agent we missed? Big name.
Big Dame.
Clay Stan.
Yeah, Clay. You know Clay gonna say.
Is he Stan?
I think he is. But I predicted at least one or two of their marquee players was going to leave. I said KD was going to leave. And
But
Boogie
KD
was-
got a whole year to leave now.
And I said Boogie was going to leave. Or then I said if KD and Boogie don't leave, it's going to be Clay and Boogie. I always figured Boogie was going to leave.
It had to be 2 on the outs.
I truly do hope Boogie go to New York.
All right.
That'd be a great look for him.
What
Boogie
was-
to the Garden.
What was the point in that Lifetime Achievement Award for Larry and Magic? How many
Awards can they get?
wouldn't you have thought at the end of the year you would have had Dwayne Wade and Dirk get something?
Why?
No.
No, like an appreciation or just a send off.
I know. So, like a participation trophy.
No.
You might as well. I
Right.
mean, they got a whole year send off.
They got a
Yeah,
they got a participation all-star nod.
true.
I think that was just a ode to that guard. Like, people don't really talk about how great Larry Bird was no more. But Larry Bird was that dude.
LeBron just surpassed Larry Bird 4 years ago? 5?
What,
Larry's-
points?
No, not points, but just the greatest small forward.
Oh.
Larry's back gave out on.
Right. He didn't have a long career.
13 years. And 2 of those years with a bad back.
3 of those years were worthless.
But I don't know. I don't do award shows. I don't watch BET Awards,
Damn sure don't watch the Oscars.
Grammys, American Music
We
Awards.
do watch the Source Awards.
You ain't got love for Death Row?
If you don't want your executive producer all in the videos, dancing, come to Death Row.
Yeah. That was Danny Boy.
But he was more like, "Ah!" Like he was like,
Who the fuck is Danny Boy?
he was a singer.
He was a singer on Death Row. He was there T-Pain before there was a T-Pain.
Okay.
Him and Michelle had to sing all the hooks
That's cool.
Or Jodeci.
towards the end.
Yeah. It wasn't that long of a Death Row run. It was
It was the last couple
3
months.
years.
It was the last 3-4 months. Jonas didn't need you to see the hooks.
Well, it's been another week of Balling Buckets. Like, comment, subscribe.
Who has last words?
We out.